Hi, this is Travis from Tenno Farms, and I'm out walking around on the property today, checking out some of my elderberry bushes here. So this is up on the northwest corner of the property. I don't spend a whole lot of time up here actually, but I was out here checking out gypsy moth caterpillars in one of the trees and decided to check out the elderberries and see how they're doing right now. A lot of them are still pretty green. These down here are red though. And I've got a lot of bushes on this part of the property. These are a little bit different kind than the ones over by the pond, which are the ones that I'm more familiar with. I'm not sure what this variety is, but definitely a lot of them here. I'm going to go over and check out the ones by the pond here in a little bit too. But these are doing pretty well here. They just kind of do their thing. They definitely grow wild. Seems like the birds like them. They've gotten a bunch of them. But I don't even know if this is an edible variety here because it just really looks different than the ones I'm used to. This is interesting. Got a little flower here. I don't know what that is. That's a different plant there. But it's in the elderberries. Here's some more berries here. A bunch more back here too. But yeah, this has much larger flowers on it, and the way the berries are spread out is completely different. They don't dangle down the way the American elderberry does. So I'm not sure what this is. It definitely looks like elderberry, but I'm not going to try and eat it because it doesn't look like what I'm used to. It might not be an edible elderberry if being a different variety like this. Let's go see what the ones by the pond are doing. I'll walk over that way. Had a lot of blackberries on this part of the property. They're pretty much gone now too. The birds had a heyday this year. I didn't get that many of them myself. Got some wild cherry here. But this is all blackberry in here. And all over here too. Got a mulberry there coming up, growing in some other trees. We got this apple tree here. This one was here when I bought the property, so I don't know exactly what kind it is, but they're red apples and they're pretty good. I think they're Washington apples, but I'm really not sure. Our yellow delicious here fell down, they had to cut it up. There's some more cherry in there and oak trees. Some more cherry. A lot of blackberries there that I just went by. And some wild grapevines growing up in here. Little burning bush there. That'll be nice and red here in a few weeks. It already feels like fall today. It's really nice, even though it's August. It's been kind of an unusually cool year. But today is just a perfect day. I'd say it's about 70 degrees right now, maybe a little cooler. It's not humid today. It's just great. Oh, there's some blackberries. Nobody got those. Those look pretty good. I'm gonna have to come back for those. My hands aren't full. Carrying a rake around right now because I was just getting some caterpillars out of a tree. Oh, we got some purple trumpets over here blooming. I've always thought these were neat. I didn't put these in, they were already here when we moved in. But pretty flowers. I like the color. We've got some black-eyed Susans that just kind of popped up in the woods. I don't even know how they got over here. But those things are hardy. They do really well out here. And then these unusual berries, I don't know what they are. They're blue like blueberries, but they're definitely not blueberries. I haven't figured it out yet. You definitely don't want to eat them though. I actually tasted one once because I thought they were blueberries when we first moved out here. It was absolutely terrible. It's one of the most astringent tasting things I've ever had in my mouth. I had to spit it back out. Pretty bad. Yeah, I don't recommend you doing some of the stuff I do. Sometimes I just taste things to see what they taste like. Doesn't always work out well. Well, so far I don't see any more of those caterpillars in the trees. So I didn't have too many this year. So far I've only cleaned up one web full of them. I don't see any up there. They tend to leave the catalpa trees alone though. They really like the oak, the mulberry, the black cherry, any of the fruit trees too. And I've seen them get into the lilacs also. There's some pretty wild flowers here. And some goldenrod back there. I've always liked whatever these purple flowers are. Weeping willow tree's grown quite a bit this year. It took me a long time to get that tree to grow. The deer would always eat it down. And then this last year I put some bone sauce on it and that's protected it, so now it's really growing. This is in the wet part of the yard, so I put it here to hopefully soak up some of the water as it gets bigger. Lots of goldenrod out here. There's some elderberry up there. It's hard to see with the sun shining down through it on this like this. Let's see if we've got some more over here. I think I do. Now, I guess that might be it for the back part here. The rest of it's over near the pond. Some more of those blue type of berries, whatever they are here. Really wish I knew what they were. Some goldenrod. Here's some good elderberries. These are the kind you can eat. You got blackberries growing up in there too. These are almost ripe. Got a pokeberry hiding out in there too. Pokeberries are pretty. You don't want to eat them raw. There's some poke. But if you boil them several times, I've heard they're not too bad in that case. I haven't tried them myself though. There we go. There's some berries. They look pretty good. Those are pretty ripe there. And you can tell that they're the edible kind of elderberry by the way they dangle down. The elderberries that dangle are good. They won't hurt you. The ones that actually stick up instead of dangling down, even when they're ripe, are not ones you want to eat. I forget what variety that is where the berries stand up, but it's kind of like what I showed on the other side. They're more of a large triangular set of flowers. This is a really good elderberry bush here. This is the one that I took all the cuttings off of because it seems to have the best berries of any of them. So I should have a lot more of these soon. The little sprouts have been coming up, but they're not nearly big enough to provide any berries this year, but they're all around here where I did that in the spring. But yeah, these are the best berries. There's some green ones there, but you can see how they dangle down on this plant. This is an American elderberry. But the birds have got a lot of these too. You can see they're all missing. But yeah, this is the best one on the property. So hopefully all those cuttings off of here will be identical to this one. And I always thought this one was interesting because this one has green stems for the berries. Every other one I have has red stems. Even these right next to it are red stem. See how those are red? I don't really know what that means, why they're different. But if anybody does know, let me know in the comments. Those look really good. Thanks for watching.